joining us on TV. We're live for Super Bowl 57. Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. I'm Jen Hale. Good morning.
Good morning, fans. I have an announcement to make. I think the Phoenix Suns just won the NBA championship. They did. They just won the NBA championship. Kevin Durant is a Phoenix Sun.
Man, I am so happy to be here today. So happy the crowd is great. And the best part about everything, there's only one measly, stinky Cowboy fan today.
Not true. Not true. I see him everywhere. You're wrong. He's already wrong. There must be 20 Cowboys, 30, 40 Cowboys fans. Right? Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up.
No,
I appreciate it.
That's Skip's homeboy right there. That's how he got it. Let's go, Jim. Let's go. We ready.
We got fans from all the teams. It is an awesome studio audience. We're so glad you're here. Guys, we have a packed show because we have so much to talk about with the Super Bowl, but man, development's just not stopping in the association. So let's start there. According to reports, KD on his way to join us in the desert. The Nets have agreed to trade KD to the Suns in exchange for Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, and 4 first-rounders. After the trade, the Suns are now favorites to win the West, only behind the Celtics overall for best odds to win the finals. That, of course, according to Fox Bet Sportsbook. Shannon, do you think the Suns did indeed just win the West?
No, they didn't. Guess what? Is Devin Booker playing right now? No, he's injured. Is Kevin Durant playing right now?
Devin just played a little bit. He played 24 minutes. But he's working his way
What about
back.
KD?
He is not until after the break. But after the break, he's going to break you in two.
Can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question. Are they playing basketball now?
Yeah.
So why isn't he playing now?
Because he's got a little knee issue.
A little knee.
He's always got a little issue.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Do you know in the last 3 years, not counting the year, the first year that he rehabbed the whole year, he's missed 83 games
that is
in 3.
Correct.
83 and counting.
Okay, what if he doesn't miss any more?
If. You say, do they win championship on if?
No.
Oh.
Do you like what they look like on paper?
I do offensively.
Yeah.
Now who's going to defend? Mikal Bridges, 3-and-D guy, finished second in the defensive player of the year last year.
Sure
Jay
did.
Crowder, a defensive guy.
Big loss, I agree.
So now you're going to put a lot of points on the board.
Yeah.
Who are you going to stop? You know, DeAndre Ayton, he comes and goes. He might give you 20 and 15. He might give you 10 and 6. He and Monty Williams, they always button heads.
Okay.
Chris Paul is not the Chris Paul from 3 or 4 years ago. He's old and slow. Now,
okay, but can he, to use your favorite expression, summons it up on occasion?
When are those occasions going to happen?
When the playoffs start.
I walk around very healthy on occasion.
Okay.
Not very often, though, but on occasion. But here's the better question, Skip. Why didn't they want Chris Paul? You would like to think I'm going to try to get as many great players from you if you getting Kevin Durant, because we know what KD is when he's healthy.
Okay.
Why didn't they want Chris Paul?
Sometimes the best trades you make are the ones you don't make, right? Because he was about to be traded to Kevin Durant at Brooklyn, right? He was on the trading block, and all of a sudden, Kevin comes to him in Phoenix, and he's in the catbird seat.
What if the Brooklyn Nets all of a sudden say, well, we don't really want him?
Don't want who?
Chris Paul.
Okay. Well, again, they didn't. I don't know why they didn't take the deal, and we wouldn't be.
Shouldn't I tell you something? Chris Paul, point guard, one of the all-time great point guards.
Yeah.
They got a young team. They need veteran leadership. They didn't want Chris Paul. That's not here nor there. But here's the thing, Skip. Yes, I like what they have offensively. We know Devin Booker, he gets nicked during the playoffs. Remember that hamstring? He got a hamstring issue dealing with that now. Kevin Durant, every year, it's always a knee issue. DeAndre Ayton, he has issues with the coach, and he's a low-energy guy. You never like the guy's energy. Now, all of a sudden, you beating the drums like the Phoenix Suns and won the title. What happened?
They got the 7-foot monster, the nuclear weapon called Kevin Durant.
That nuclear weapon, so when is he going to detonate? He hadn't detonated, but in Golden State.
Well, in Brooklyn, he came within a toenail on the line shot of beating the team that was about to beat the Phoenix Suns for the championship.
Well, I hope he don't get a pedicure out here neither, because those toenails will stay off the line. Because you keep bringing up those toenails and they're growing by the second.
It was just a little, it was his little toe that was on the line, or you were in big trouble.
Look, The one thing I will say about the Phoenix Suns, Skip, they got an all-time great player who's in the first year of a 4-year deal. So they have him for 3 more years. I got one more thing before I turn it over to you. Hey, Ja, y'all still good in the West?
Yeah.
Hey, Dylan Brooks, y'all still got the little mini dynasty going on over there?
Yep.
All of a sudden,
Touche. I agree with
all
both
of a
points.
sudden, the Grizzlies don't look as promising as they once did, Don.
Okay.
Go ahead, take off.
My turn. I woke up in the middle of the night out here, and I glanced at my computer, and I said, what?
Yeah.
I'm talking about bombshell.
True.
I'm talking about nuclear. Yeah. I'm talking about Kevin Durant to Phoenix? Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me? Okay, they gave up a good deal to get him. They gave up 3 really nice pieces because Mikal Bridges was, as you point out, he was the runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year.
And having a career high this year in points.
Okay. Jay Crowder, I've always liked him, especially in big playoff games. He plays big.
Yeah.
I will give you all of the above.
Cam Johnson.
And Cam Johnson is a really nice player.
Young player,
He's a good rotation player, and every time he stepped on the floor, good things started to happen.
Correct.
But they didn't give away their 3 big pieces because if you put Kevin Durant with Chris Paul, even though he's 37 years of age, he will summons it up on occasion, and the occasion will last through the playoffs. If you put him with a Devin Booker, who to me is just entering his prime right now,
I agree.
all of a sudden you have nuclear plus nuclear. And all of a sudden I'm looking at DeAndre Ayton, and I'm saying, well, wait a second. He did get his money, so he's happy with his big picture situation. He and Monty have clashed.
Yes.
But I'm going to bet on Monty Williams to rise and shine like the sun that's rising right now because he's one of the best coaches of this league, and I think he will be the perfect sort of he is the center of their universe. He keeps everything in order to me because they've done nothing but good things under Monty Williams.
I agree with that, Skip, but let me ask you a question. Do you not remember DeAndre Ayton getting benched in a Game 7?
And it got ugly.
It got ugly.
Yeah, I mean, they were exchanging some barbs. For the whole front row could hear some of the
and they've clashed several times this year.
Okay, but
so
I'm looking at what he's doing. He is averaging DeAndre Ayton a career-high 18.4 points a game. I'd say that works. That somehow they are coexisting. And Monty Williams is not a bad guy. He's Jen knows this because she dealt with him. He's as good a human as there is in this league, right?
Yes.
Okay, just the bet, right? So, again, if DeAndre Ayton has a problem with Monty Williams, that is DeAndre's fault.
Okay.
And he's going to have to get over it because he's got Kevin Durant on his side. Kevin bleeping Durant. All right?
So do you believe DeAndre Ayton wants to be there? Because I think he kind of made it clear he didn't.
Okay.
They reluctantly gave him his money.
Okay. When you look around and there's Chris Paul and there's Kevin Durant and there's Devin Booker, you just say, okay, it's time for me to do what I'm supposed to do. He's 7 feet tall. He was the first overall pick. And he's just now starting. He's averaging 10 boards. So he's 18.4 and 10 rebounds. That's championship material when you put the other 3 weapons
But
around.
what about you tell me he's averaging a career high 18 points and he's 7 foot tall. What about when he gives you 10 and he plays like he's 6 foot tall?
Okay, well, sometimes he did. And yet, I'm going to take Monty to task a little bit because when they finally reached the finals against your man Giannis, what happens? Did they build a wall?
No,
they
his
did not
pride got in the way.
Okay, he said, I'm going to let DeAndre take him straight up, head-to-head, mano-a-mano, one-on-one.
How'd that work out for
And
him?
he got cooked.
Yeah, he did. Cooked him. Yeah.
Okay, that was the difference in that series. You know it, and I know it. There's a better way to defend, and they will figure this out.
But how they Skip? They don't
and
have
remember, they were up 2-0 in that series.
Yes, and lost 4 straight.
And then Devin Booker pulled his hamstring. Okay. Okay.
So you can tell me he get hurt? Booker gets hurt?
I'm going to give you this. If one of those 3 gets hurt in a playoff run, I'm out. I'm disqualified. But if somehow they manage to get unscathed through the whole playoff run, something very special is about to happen here because you say there are only 27 games left, but Kevin Durant is the ultimate chemistry player. You can just throw him into Golden State and he'll figure it out because he doesn't really need the ball. He's as efficient a big-time scorer as we've ever seen in the history of this league. So if you say, here, can you play with Chris Paul? Is he not as great a quarterback, a field general as you've ever seen, right?
But I'm gonna do to you what you do to me with Nikola Jokic. What about the other end? You keep telling me about Booker, you keep telling me about KD, and sometimes Chris Paul can sum it up, and DeAndre Ayton is averaging a career high. But what about the defensive end? Who's going to guard someone?
Okay. They still have Torrey Craig, and I like Torrey Craig a lot, and I think he'll defend it.
Torrey Craig,
level.
Jenny Craig.
Okay.
Ain't none of them Mikael Bridges or Jay Crowder.
Okay. Kevin Durant defends at a high level when he's engaged in the playoffs. He's 7 feet tall, and he is a rim protector.
Yes.
DeAndre Ayton will defend when he decides to, and maybe it's time for him to decide.
You can't win a title when you tell me guys decide to do something. That's got to be a normal occurrence.
Okay. Now, here's the biggest picture. This is what I love about what just happened. You realize the Phoenix Suns now have a brand new owner because the old owner was a bad guy.
Yes.
And the old owner got kicked out.
Yes.
Okay, so the new owner is only 43 years of age, and his name is Matt Ishbia. And probably a lot of people, maybe some of the Phoenix Suns fans know who he is, but around the country, not yet. He is about to become a household name. How many times have we talked about Joe Tsai owning the Brooklyn Nets? Because it was always Joe Tsai. How are you going to deal with Kyrie? How are you going to deal with KD? Matt Ishbia just plunged like very few people will ever plunge because he just doubled his luxury tax, just doubled it to add KD. I can't even figure out how they're making the salaries fit under the cap, but apparently it worked.
Because they got everybody on max salaries.
Okay, he's got 4 max salaries, and I don't know how, but that's Golden State all over again, where they figured it out.
Right.
Matt Ishbia, would you believe, played college basketball for Tom Izzo at Michigan State as a walk-on, as a walk-on. Okay. But he was a very good high school player, and he actually he started 1 game for Michigan State, but he's basically just your practice fodder kind of player, 5'10" guard. Grew up